Today we're going to be going over every single feature that we know about Genesis Part 2. Genesis Part 2 is currently like 2 weeks away when it comes out, so yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy this video. So I'm going to have the timestamps, or I guess chapters, so if you want to skip to any part and just see like the creatures or biomes or stuff like that, then you can do that. But yeah, first we're just going to go over kind of the storyline and stuff like that of the map. So as you probably know, Genesis Part 2 takes place on the spaceship, which is, you know, traveling through the thing. It is right after Genesis Part 1, so right as you come out of those space simulation pods, then you will go right onto this map, because these pods are located on the spaceship of this map. This map is also controlled by Rockwell. As you can see, there's Rockwell taking over a lot of the biome, and he's kind of in control of the ship and stuff like that. So he's probably going to be the main boss and stuff like that, as we know. So next we are going on to the biomes. So the first biome is kind of like the safest biome, where it's kind of like pine trees, mountainous stuff like that, and water, and it's kind of just your, I guess, typical like safe biome, I guess. It's gonna have the things like the Strider creature, which we'll mention later and stuff like that, and the normal creatures like Stegos, Brontos, and stuff, as well as the new Maywang creature. And so this is kind of the place where you're gonna start out and get all your resources and stuff like that. And of course, as you can see, there's a big body of water there as well. So this next area is the interior of the ship. As you can see on the right there, it kind of mixes in with the other biome, as you can see, but it's kind of like the city from what's it called, Extinction, where, you know, there's like all kinds of futuristic tech. As you can see, there's robots walking around and just regular creatures and stuff like that. But this is kind of like the main stuff of the ship, where I guess the ship runs and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool biome, right? It looks to be. It's not even really a biome, but you know. This next biome was definitely interesting. It is the Rockwell's Garden area, so it's kind of similar to the Aberration element area. As you can see, there's kind of like a little liquid element from Aberration at the bottom there. There's creatures like Seekers and Gloat things, literally stuff from Aberration with the Shadow Mane as well. But you can see there's like lightning strikes coming down, and like these weird hexagon, or not, those weird patterns from the other maps, the kind of tech corruption stuff that's on the walls, but it's like green in this variant. This definitely looks a lot like Aberration, I would say. This next area is called the Rockwell's Innards. So like I said at the beginning of the video, basically this place is being taken over by Rockwell, but some of the areas are completely taken over, where you can just see like Rockwell's eyeballs and flesh covering the walls and ceilings and stuff like that. I'm gonna assume that these are gonna be this is gonna be a pretty dangerous biome. Probably having Rockwell trying to kill you. You can even see like mouths and stuff coming out of the wall, so I guess it's kind of a creepy biome. A lot of dangerous stuff, kind of like the Noglin, so this is probably where you're going to find the Noglin as well. But yeah, that is all the footage we've gotten from that biome. If you are enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, which is definitely pretty cool. You know, also make sure to leave a like as well, but let's get back to the video. So going on to the creatures, the first creature we have is the Shadow Mane, which is probably the creature we've heard the most about and have like the most teasers and stuff about. But basically this creature is kind of like a lion of some sorts. Both the females and the males will have different abilities. So first, the males are kind of like, they'll have more quills around their neck and stuff like that. And then they'll have like a courage roar boost, I believe, kind of like the Utyrannus as well. All of the Shadow Manes will be able to have a teleport and dash ability, where you can kind of like chain attacks together and stuff like that, which will definitely be pretty cool. But the female Shadow Manes, I believe, are faster and kind of like able to move around, and then the female ones, I believe, can also go invisible, just like this clip right now, where you can see it's kind of walking up and doing that. I don't know if it's if males and females can do that, but I know the females definitely can. So the next thing is the Strider, which is definitely a pretty cool creature. It is one of the tech creatures as well. It is a tameable and definitely rideable creature. It has a cool ability where you can put different attachments on its head, and just it looks like all over its body too, with some of the new teasers that we've just gotten. Like on here, you can see the head attachment, and right here, if you look to the right, there's a gun on his right leg, or one of the legs, and then if you look at the back, there's another gun coming out. And if you look on the left, the other one's got like armor and all kinds of stuff like that. So you can definitely see that these are going to be very, you know, versatile, and you can change them up a lot with what you do with them. So the Maywing is a pretty cool creature. To me, it kind of looks like a platypus with wings, but I've heard other things like squirrels and stuff like that. It's a pretty big creature. From this original teaser, it did look small, but as you can see, it is a rideable creature, and its main ability is to be able to like get babies to come towards it, and then it can like keep them in its pouch. It has multiple things that you can keep your babies in. As you can see in the pouch, there's 3 different ones in that picture, all with different like baby Archies and stuff like that in there as well. And apparently it can attract baby infants and make them come to it, and then I guess you can steal them, which I guess is cool. But the thing is, there's no really babies in the wild, so I don't really know how that's gonna work, but I guess we'll see when Genesis comes out. So this next creature is the Void Worm, the main flyer of Genesis Part 2. So of course this is a flyer, which means there probably will be flyers in Genesis Part 2. But besides that, it's literally like, it looks like a tech wyvern from what we see, but from this picture it definitely makes it look bigger than a wyvern, which is definitely what I would like. It's obviously not going to be exactly like a wyvern, at least we think. Here's a picture of it kind of close up, or in the background you can see it flying. And I guess people have assumed that it's going to shoot some sort of like element beam, which definitely would be pretty cool. I'm just excited for the fact that we have something similar to a tech wyvern, and this definitely is probably one of the coolest looking creatures in the game from what we've seen from these teasers. So this next creature is the Noglin, which is the main shoulder pet of this thing. It is definitely a cool looking shoulder pet, but its main ability is basically mind controlling things, where it does what it just did in that clip, where it will, you know, kind of come at you and then latch onto you. It's kind of like the Ferox, where it looks super cute, but can eventually just turn super creepy and whatnot with its like opening mouth, teeth, everything, and weird thing, and being able to mind control, which I had imagined the mind control is kind of going to be like the Fear Roar from the Tyrannus, where it just makes your creature unable to like control, and it just goes crazy like that. So this next creature is the Astrodelphis. It looks pretty similar to the Space Whale, but I believe it's going to have a lot of differences. Here's another picture of it, which I didn't even realize was a picture of it until like a few hours ago, which kind of makes me feel stupid because that teaser came out like 6 months ago. But yeah, this is a picture of the Astrocetus. Like I said, it's kind of going to be like the Space Whale. I don't know what kind of abilities it's going to have, like teleporting or whatnot. But as you can see, it does have a sort of tech saddle that looks like it has like a car seat in it or something. Or like a boat seat. I have no idea what I'm even talking about, but that is the Astrocetus. We don't really have much information on it though. This next creature we definitely don't know much about. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be like a creature that's in the boss arena or something, or maybe in the ship, or I feel like it's going to be something for a mission, but I really don't know. But it's this weird tentacle eyeball thing that makes no sense on what it is. But we obviously haven't gotten a name for it or anything like that. But I believe it's going to be something to do with the boss fight, if I had to do any idea of what it is going to be. This last one is the Exomech. I don't know if it's really a creature, but I mean, you can kind of use it like a creature, I guess. So this is kind of, it looks like it's just going to be like a beefed up version of the mech, which is definitely going to be cool in my opinion, because it looks like literally just a mech, but like way bigger and cooler, and it's probably going to have some definitely cool abilities. I feel like it's going to be like very versatile and be able to like travel around and stuff like that, but that is the Exomech. And so going on to the items, the first item is the minigun, which is definitely an exciting one. The minigun is supposed to be a really good boss killer, and obviously it shoots a huge barrage of bullets, probably most likely using advanced ammo from the picture in this area, but that is the minigun. It can also be put up like a turret, and which is also a pretty cool ability. This next thing is the egg incubator. So the egg incubator, obviously you can put eggs in it. It will tell you like what gender they are from this thing. You can see when they're gonna hatch and what their stats are gonna be before they incubate, and I believe it's gonna be faster too, so it's overall just gonna make egg things way easier. Next thing is the ammo box. So the ammo box is a pretty hyped up one, just like everything else in the DLC. It will fill up all of the turrets and stuff like that, guns. It will even fill up the minigun, but it will fill them up with ammo, and then as they're shooting, so if they run out, you get more ammo, kind of like all these turrets, they'll get filled up with element or stuff like that. This next one is the tech bow, which is the one I'm probably most excited about. I've been wanting it since like 2017, but the tech bow is just a better version of the bow, which has like different types of arrows, like explosive arrows and element arrows and stuff like that. And if you pull it all the way back, it'll shoot like a gun and just go straight forwards towards the enemies, which is super useful. Next is the canoe, which is a good way of boat travel. You can put it in your inventory and then put it down on the water whenever you want, which is super useful. So it's very, you can transport it around, go between different bodies of water and price down the canoe and pick it back up. It also has the paddles, which the more you use the paddles, the faster you go. Next thing is the hover sail. So the hover sail is pretty cool. It's basically like a flying weird boat thing that can like hop around and glide everywhere. It's definitely going to be an interesting way of travel, and I'm very curious to see what it's going to end up being like. Also, another thing in this teaser is there's a griffin, so this might even be the first story map to have griffins, which will definitely be cool. This next thing is the loadout mannequin, so you basically go up to it and you put your loadout in there. So whatever you want in your hotbar, you put it in there, and then you put your armor set that you want, and you just go up to it and then click a button, and then you'll swap into that armor set or whatever. So you can have different ones, like in this picture you got raid kit, taming kit, whatever. You can do all of that in this. Next is the tech pistol, which is definitely cool. So it has a killing mode, a stun mode, and a healing mode. These are all different things for the pistol. So I guess the healing mode obviously will kill them. The stun mode, you know, kind of will freeze them up for a little bit, and the kill one's just straight up shoot and pow and kill things, which is definitely going to be cool. Tech little pistol, I imagine it's not going to be too expensive for a tech item. This is going to kind of be a cool mobile item. Next thing is the tech crop plot. So this is just a better version of the crop plot. It'll probably like keep it fertilized or something crazy like that. I don't even know what it's going to do. Here's a picture of a tentacle plant that we've gotten kind of teased with. So that it kind of looks like the Rockwell tentacle that, you know, obviously Rockwell has tentacles or whatever. Next thing is this Venus flytrap thing. So this, I guess this will, you could put that in the tech crop plot, and then you'll also be able to, you know, do everything else. You can find this thing in a wild, and it will like try and, you know, eat you alive like a Venus flytrap or something like that. This next one is extremely cool. It is the remote camera security system, where you can put a bunch of cameras around the map, and they're kind of like security cameras. So you can go through like the little hub or whatever, and you can look at all the cameras, and then look through every place that you have a camera on the map. And through this, you can open gates and do different stuff like that. So these things are going to be extremely useful for bases and maybe PvP and stuff like that. So now we're kind of just going through like the miscellaneous stuff. This first one is the Federation tech suit. Of course, this is kind of like a new variation of the tech suit that you will spawn in with instantly when you start up Genesis Part 2. You'll just spawn and you'll be in a tech suit, and then the map is kind of designed around this tech suit function. Next thing is biome specific creature variation. So we've had this in, what is it, Genesis we had the biome specific ones, and then Aberration we just had variations for Aberration. So I don't know how exactly these are going to work. I guess they're going to be for different biomes, but I don't know if they're going to have abilities like Genesis Part 1 where they had like a, what was it, like half damage taken or whatever, or different abilities like that. And then obviously there will be some adapting to different biomes, like some to that Rockwell's Garden and other stuff like that, I would imagine. So the next thing on this thing is the ship. So obviously at the beginning of this video I talked about the ship, and this is what it looks like. This is the full picture of it, and then there's some footage later on, but yeah, it's supposed to be a massive ship, and that's, if you look on there you can see some of the rings, and one of them is like all like purple and stuff, and then the other one's like green. I don't even know what that's supposed to be, but you can see that the ship right here again, which I don't know where the all of the stuff that you're living on is supposed to be, because you can't really see it in there, but I don't know, I guess we'll just see when the DLC comes out. So that's going to be everything for Genesis Part 2 that we know about so far. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. Make sure to join my Discord server. There's a link in the description, and also follow my Twitter as well, because I don't have many followers on there like I've said before. So if you could do that, that'd be very nice. But thanks for watching, and bye.
Our future awaits. Survivor.